Hey everyone, Mr. Clutch here, and we're going to look at a quick video here on SPY today. I posted a video earlier showing one of my trades, so I just wanted to take a quick look. And today we're going to keep zones on the chart, but no EMAs. And so I just want to go through and now just look at price action and flags and things like that, and kind of where you can find entries based on your zones. So yesterday we looked at just flags into EMAs and how to make sure that they're in the right order and take good setups. So today we're just going to take EMAs out of the equation and look at our zones and play into those zones on this video. But first I wanted to show you, let's see if you can, yeah, there we go. There's, the going around on Twitter, there's the 95% or whatever it is correct method of playing FOMC, and we all kind of joke about it in Discord and whatnot, but it actually nailed perfectly today if you look at this. So here was our FOMC minutes come out here. We have this big drop, so what you're supposed to do is play the opposite of that when Jerome Powell starts speaking 30 minutes later. So if we go down here and find the 30 minute candle, here it is. You go long at the bottom of that candle, and there it goes. You got a 3x move here. It goes from about $1 to $3 in a matter of, what is that, 35-40 minutes. So anyways, I thought it was kind of funny to show that it actually did work very well today. So let's get all this off here and let us look at today's price action. So we go back here, we've got our zones drawn. We're kind of doing the same thing we've done. I pointed this out in Discord this morning. We base above our zone, and then we open up and boom, drips down below. Looks like we're going to lose the zone, maybe go down to this zone, but we actually hold it and have a beautiful play only 20 minutes into the day right here. This perfect flag that flags right back into the top of our zone. It holds and we push up. We caught that one in Discord. Casey did a great job calling that one out. Now I had these marked as kind of like a pre-market high here, and then kind of another area where it touched a few times, and so I was kind of just watching that with some dotted lines. So we kind of base above that, nothing really pullbacky or anything here, because I think we got out here on the this choppiness area, and then it kind of drops down here, comes back up. Nothing really here to play a trend line off of. But then this one right here was a really nice move, and this is the one I made my earlier video on. If you haven't watched that, it's about my small cap challenge. So I was full porting, basically starting with $1,100 and gonna take one trade each day, or when a trade presents itself. And I probably would have taken this one with it, but I was playing my futures account here and not paying attention to my options account. So I like this is a better play, but I like this one too, because we came down into this little pre-market high and kind of just spaced on it, and then we started breaking out. So I took it here. It never went down more than about 7-8% here, but I was watching, and I know we're not looking at EMAs here, but it was right on the 48, and that was my stop. I was going to stop out below that, so it came right to it. But without EMAs, again, back to just looking at zones levels, this is our pre-market high. Look at that. We come right back into it. It holds, and our structure still look higher high, higher high, higher high. This low is still above this low, so we're making a higher low potentially if this bounces here, and we're going to look for a new high day. And so it happened. Then one quick candle, they tried to get us, but we held on. Even if for some reason you stopped out with a tight stop here, getting back in over here is not bad. Or even if you readjust your trend line, you're still looking like you're going to push up off this at this point. So nice move up there. You have another trend line that comes back and tests that again. There, you may be tempted to take something like that. This is kind of a weird trend line. It's not my favorite to draw, but you may be tempted there, and then you're probably drawing something out and trying to find like a trend line that fits over here. But you're coming into your FOMC here. I actually think this one here might have been a good play. Even though we're coming back into these levels, just kind of like this clear breakdown. The structure's changed like we talked about earlier. Look, and we made our new higher high, but then we came back and made a lower low here. So when this comes up here and basically makes a lower high now as well, our structure's changed. So we're looking kind of to go down until we can take that back out and reverse that back. So you could have got in and played something here even before that. Like I said, you got this trend line going down here, so you're kind of watching for something to break back out that way. And shout out to J Pool in the Team 2 Discord. I think he had a 10-minute trend line or something right here, and he played it right into FOMC and just nailed that move. There's so much going on with usually that first candle goes up and down a lot, but it was a nice play. It broke this trend line, broke out of our zone, and it just went straight down. So it did wick big and then kind of just kept selling off. So there was definite move there. And then, we're kind of watching this play back into the zone. It tests back up. It can't break through the zone. Got a high wick. And then we kind of break down here. I don't love this like flag draw. You'd be looking at something like that maybe. You could take that, breaking back down the zone. There's nothing wrong with that play. It's kind of a funky little trend line, but hey, that's not a bad move there. And then we come back up, and as soon as we kind of take this out and we're pushing out of this zone, we're thinking we're going back to this zone. We kind of do, and we base up right below it. And I think at this point you're kind of watching both ways, because you could be thinking if we push up out of this little triangle here, then we might go back up and get above our zone again. If we break down out of it, we might go back down and test this bottom zone. So it actually did both, ironically enough. So as it's coming out here, you could take a play there, and that's a $1.50 move almost. But then it kind of comes back down, and if you get stopped out here somewhere, it kind of failed it, or it got over pre-market and failed. If it stops out here, you're watching this, and here we go again and come back down. So at this point, it kind of just chopped out the rest of the day. If you're really a degen, you got a nice trend line here, and you play that and run it out 2 candles into the end of the day and try to catch a little move. But anyways, that's it. I'm just going to skip cues for today. It's kind of late, and so we'll be back at it tomorrow and finish the week strong. Hopefully now that all the funky business is over from CPI and FOMC, we can get a nice Thursday and Friday to finish the week. So thanks for watching. If you don't already, follow me on Twitter. At Mr. Klutz Trades, so you can follow along on the small account challenge as well. Thanks.